Good. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. I had to think for a second what time it was. It was so it is evening here where we are, 5:30 or thereabouts, a little bit past. This is Casual Cactus. I am your host and your lovable fuzzball DM, Keith. Lovable fuzzball. Why not?
There is no
Fuzzball,
evidence.
right?
Okay. I was about to say there's
the
no
cuddliest
evidence of
cactus.
that.
I am the cuddliest cactus.
I feel like that's a
I think I'm
really
gonna have to
low
use
bar.
that. I'm gonna have to use that there, Scritch.
He's the very cuddliest cactus.
So I am the very cuddliest cactus, and I am here to run my friends through
The
our
Tomb of Annihilation.
weekly D&D game, the Tomb of Annihilation. We are short, unfortunately, a couple of faces tonight. Our lovely Nat and Steven are unable to be here tonight, so we're going to be a little bit short. And Steven, Nat, if you guys are watching, we love you, we miss you, and we hope to see you next time. Period. Full stop. In sentence.
Watch us all.
However, we do have our friends, the rest of our troop here. We've got Lance, we got Kyrie, we've got Scritch, aka Danny, and Nova, aka Nate, and we've got Braden. So we have everyone who's important, right?
Yes.
Ouch.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. No, every one of my players is important, and when they are not here, they are truly and well missed. So.
Yeah, I mean, Steven and Matt are two of my favorite people. Don't go talking that forceful.
Okay. They're my
Them's
favorites
fighting
too. They're a couple of my favorites too. But anyway, so here we are. We are. This is Casual Cactus. This is the Glassbreakers Guild. This is our weekly series wherein we get together as friends and family and play D&D. And so welcome to all of you guys for joining us in this little misadventure. Big news this week. We hit our 50 follower goal. Yay, up there in the corner. We're actually above it. We're at 52 right now. So woot! We've got one more checkpoint to hit before we can make affiliate, and that's simply a matter of streaming a number of days during the month, and we're making progress on that. That is why you may have seen our couple of extra streams this week. So there was one with me solo, just playing a little bit of Minecraft while I talked about the future of the channel, and then there was one where Nova and Scritch and I were playing some board games, and boy, was that hilarious.
It was something.
It was something.
There was much depth.
So big thank you, big
Evil
shout
wins
out.
again.
Big thank you and a big shout out to everybody who
I'm surprised you say that, Nate.
who tuned in for those shenanigans, and big thank you and a big shout out to everybody who has given us those follows and gotten us over that 50 follower hump. We are so grateful for you guys tuning in to this little endeavor of ours, and now we'll just see where it goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? All right, so 5 players tonight. We will go to the 6-sided polyhedral random number
If you roll
generator.
6, do you have to do it?
Yes.
No.
I love that plan.
No, that's 6.
So Scritch, the number came up to you. Sorry. No?
The first time she actually remembers to do the nose thing is the first time she gets paid.
No?
No,
You sure? The dice said it.
consider who you're talking to.
All right. I'll tell you what, we'll let Braden do it
Oh,
tonight.
Joy.
Let Brady.
I will
Let
let
Braden
Braden do it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Braden.
So we just ended falling off of the cliff with the Terra folk. We gathered together. We found out that Azaka had disappeared. We waited a day to see if she returned. She didn't. There was also another hurricane that hit, so we had to bunker down for a while. Then we wrote a couple of notes to get Azaka to follow our trail, and we started heading towards the pyramid, which was a couple of days away. A couple of things happened. Meyer had a moonstone stolen, but then was given a very, very powerful medallion back from
Thank you.
some
Turn up the volume.
little soot things that are adorable. I don't look. It's
Schwingos.
None of us are gonna remember.
Yes.
this.
Shalingas.
The little black thingies.
Yeah.
Sharingan.
We also got attacked by a specter. I one-shot it and killed it, so it didn't matter. We continued another day. Azaka finally found us, and we then made it to the pyramid. I don't think anything else happened on the way. We made it to the pyramid, and we had just started scoping out when Azaka told us that the guardian is a Naga. We don't know whether it's the good one or the bad one. And I believe that's where we left off.
Anybody else have anything to add to all of that?
Yes, I got robbed.
You got robbed.
I got robbed. They stole my shiny.
They paid you.
No,
for it.
they
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
paid you
Yeah.
exceedingly well.
There we go.
Administration.
That was
Okay.
that was basically a millionaire paying like $1 million for your ice cream cone equivalent.
It has sentimental value.
Hey, you don't know what that shiny rock did.
He said it glowed.
Yeah, but it's Meyer. How do we know that he didn't miss something?
No, I'm. He could. He's known to exaggerate. I'm still believing that it was just glowing.
There we go.
All right. So,
Should have all my crap together.
Oh, Azaka did come back.
Yes,
Yes.
Azaka has returned.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
The turn of the tide.
All right.
And we're scaling the pyramid. Well, we're about to scale the pyramid.
Yes, we're about to.
right.
Oh, yes.
So,
We had to climb to the top to get in, right?
I mean,
Well, that's what
we were
Azaka
told.
said.
Yes.
Azaka said that we gotta climb to the top of the pyramid show.
Yes, but she's not coming.
Because of heights. So.
because of
already
heights
visited.
and because she's already been there.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I say, shall I say, we leave the undead man at the bottom with Azaka and Nix to guard them as us five go to the top.
Nix and Kai
Yeah,
to guard them.
as well as
Higher.
Pyre.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing says sploof.
Divide the party, because why not?
So remind me, Keith, how tall is this pyramid?
150?
No, it wasn't quite that tall. So it's about 60 feet tall,
Oh, okay.
and it's got a very wide base to it. So
I
it's
was
sort of
thinking-
very sort of squat and broad. And it's a ziggurat style, so it's very in
Sorry, I'm making.
real world terms, it would be sort of Aztecian kind of look to it.
The
So-
step pyramid.
Yeah, so it's a step pyramid kind of thing.
So,
There are
so like Machu Picchu and not Egypt.
more like that.
So,
More like that.
if someone were to get picked up by some flying creature for some reason and dropped off the pyramid, they probably wouldn't kill them.
Assuming that they're
Probably.
healthy.
Assuming that they're healthy, probably.
This is now a thing I'm concerned about.
Gotcha.
It would basically be 12d6.
So
12.
Because it's 1d6 for every 5 feet you fall.
no,
I thought it
what?
was 1d10 for every.
It's a d6 for every 10 feet.
Oh, every 10 feet. So you take.
Under
66.
normal, under certain regimes, if you're falling a long way, I've got a whole different table for
Yeah.
that hasn't come into play yet.
Okay.
Alright, so he says a step pyramid.
So there is a massive brick and stone ziggurat that rises from the jungle in front of you guys. 2 staircases angle up and across the front face. one from the right, one from the left, and they meet at a landing on the second level about 30 feet above your heads. That layout repeats on the second level and the third, but with each successive layer adding less height than the one below it. The fourth level, 60 feet above the jungle floor, is an enclosed shrine or temple, its walls adorned with labyrinth symbols. The jungle encroaches right up to and onto this ancient structure. The first flight of steps are choked with creepers, tree roots, and flowering vines. It might have been surrounded by a city long ago, but the jungle is so dense that it would take hours of searching to find buried foundations and tumbled stones.
Sorry, when you said creepers, I thought of Minecraft.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes, I did too.
I'm in my cloak right now, right? Like I'm actually naked at this point.
Yes,
Yes.
because
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody.
'cause I-
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody decided
Somebody
to be-
stole your
and thought that I would care.
right.
Just
So
like
is
that.
it should an easy climb up, or is it like
I
are we
mean-
talking
We'll
like
find out.
big
She was cool.
steps?
No, the stairs look like they were designed to be traversed. So they're looks like, you know, the way might be relatively easy.
The way is open.
As a player from the past campaign, I'm a little hesitant on stairs right now.
Yep.
Yeah, pyramids and
yeah,
pyramids and stairs. That's not a good combo.
It was easier when I could just run along the walls
Yeah.
or not take any fall
I
damage.
would like to investigate and check for traps. It's a 14. Me.
You're not seeing any obvious signs of traps, although the vines and the thorn vines do seem to get fairly thick as the first layer of stairs goes up.
Okay.
Bag of poker chips.
Oh, the inspiration.
Oh no, they're over there.
Yeah, they're over there, Braden, if you want to grab those real quick and
Yeah.
pass them out.
For those of you who don't know what we're doing here, I mean, we don't know what we're doing here.
Do we ever know? Do we ever know?
But we do an inspiration system that lets you re-roll, but we reward each other for more
Thank you.
glorious moments that are just.
See, that's how
either
you
hilarious
throw
or
things and not throw
incredibly
them, so I
badass.
drop everything on the floor and unplug everything.
So we get poker chips that we can reward each other with, and that's our inspiration system.
Yes.
It encourages you to spend them and give them and use them and
Yes.
give them
Right.
and use them.
Yes.
We've created our own currency.
Yes.
Our own real-world currency for in-game shenanigans.
Yes.
So, upon seeing this, Sploof and his goblin McNuggets are going to start to hightail it up the Thunderbomb.
What side?
The side that I'm most clearly seeing right
Okay. All right.
now. So up we go.
All right. So after for the first 10 feet or so up the stairs, the going is relatively easy for you. So the stairs themselves are about 50 feet from end to end, and they rise about 30 feet.
You just going alone?
In the
I assume people
after
will follow
the-
me eventually.
After the first 10 feet of advance, the thorns start to scratch at you, and you start to take 1 point of slashing damage for every foot forward you try to travel.
I'll take out the.
Can I
Good pause.
can
Okay.
I pick Sploof up and just start walking
Okay.
up the walls to try and avoid all the creepers?
You can try.
Is there
I'm gonna-
anywhere the creepers aren't?
No.
I'm gonna take my
Okay.
silver short
On
sword
the
and
whole,
start
so they're covering
start
the whole,
covering
the
a
entire pyramid.
cutting our way a path.
Okay.
They're covering the entire pyramid.
They're covering the entirety of the lower level of steps. So the first flight of
Okay.
steps.
Can I climb instead of?
Hang on. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on
Yeah.
here. So Sploof, go ahead and mark off. Go ahead and mark off 5 points of slashing damage. as you
Oh,
were
jeez.
as you were pushing forward and not realizing that it was starting to scratch you until you look down and realize that you're bleeding. Elias, you pull out the silvered short sword and start trying to hack at the vines. Nothing happens.
I beg your pardon.
You heard me right. You start slashing at the vines. Some of the vines you hack right through and they spring right back out and grow right back. Others, as you hack into them, your sword just skitters off them and bounces off of them.
Oh.
The vines do nothing. They're still there. They are still blocking the path. The two of you trying to scale up the side of the pyramid find your way impossible. You cannot climb the sides of it. Yes.
Okay. So, show question.
Yes.
Would this require me to hack harder, or is it just like gonna be difficult? Or when I started hacking, was this going to be effortful in the essence of?
It does not matter how hard you
Okay.
swing. You are not able to cut the vines.
Mhm.
So magic then. I
Hold on, Sploof.
Hold on, Sploof.
Hold on.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
No, I was about to do an Arcana check to see if I know if these.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Bright,
I was
Bright, do
about
you
to cast a
know?
spell.
Bright, do you know
Sorry.
what these plants are?
Oh god.
I can do a nature check, I guess.
It's a 5. That stings.
It's obviously some very advanced magic that you haven't gotten to in the academy yet.
Douchebaggery.
Can I get unnatural 20 for a nature?
An unnatural 20
For
for
a nature check.
for a
of
nature
what-
check.
Yeah. For
Okay.
what
They appear to be just regular, ordinary vines.
Here. Okay.
So I'm thinking we can either try and burn our way through,
Yeah.
or so it was how many points of damage for how much?
You were taking 1 point of damage for every foot forward that you travel.
And how?
Can one of
What's
you
the
throw me?
what's the range of
Yeah.
plant?
Yeah.
It started at
Hey,
10
you know,
feet.
you could throw it
and
you could
there's
just, like,
There's
rope.
a 50-foot stairway in front of you.
So it's basically
suspend
So more
rope
than I
between
can
us,
handle.
And then,
Let's see what we got.
I mean,
What do I have with it?
I have weird things I could try, but
I'm gonna
Say,
ask Azaka. What's up with these vines?
You didn't think getting to an oracle would be easy, did you?
I thought the trek through the jungle and the ominous pyramid that we obviously have to traverse sort of covered that.
Well, mostly. And she's just kind of looking up at your group where you're standing. And there's a little bit of a smirk on her face. Everybody make a perception check for me real quick.
can I?
Natural 20.
1.
1.
Should use my
We're
passive.
covering all of
You,
the
you're
entire spectrum.
okay. So you are still a little. So you're still a little bit freaked out by Azaka,
Yeah.
and
That's
you're very watchful, and hopefully she's not going to change again on you
Right.
right now.
I can't
Okay,
see
so
the
natural
moon, I
20,
can never tell.
17,
11.
11,
8.
8. Okay,
Oh,
so the two of you
Yeah.
are still kind of
Figures.
you're pondering
Deep in
what
thought.
you're deep in thought, pondering
Ooh,
what
a butterfly.
Azaka might be thinking or trying to say. Brightpaw and Sploof,
Yes.
you guys notice some movement and happen to look down, and there is there's one of your little Schwinga friends in the midst of your party. It's wearing a Triceratops mask
I
on
love
its
these
face,
things.
and it's carrying sploof, much like you saw before. It's carrying over its head a large orange and purple orchid. And as you guys watch, it dashes up the slope of the stairs with the vines parting before it and closing behind it as it goes.
I need to befriend a Schwinga. Wait, that's not
There wouldn't happen to be like a field of orchids, like, I don't know,
We don't
somewhere
know
within
this.
sight.
We haven't been told this yet.
Who here is proficient? Is anybody here proficient with nature?
Nope.
No.
Wait, am I?
Me.
Nature,
I mean,
no.
I don't
What?
suck at it, but I'm certainly
Nope.
not proficient.
Okay.
I grew up in the shitty.
Nature's
I just took it.
You're welcome. You're welcome for telling me.
Awesome.
Thank you, Raven.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bright, you actually remember seeing a little patch of these orchids not too far away. It's about a 5-minute trek there and a 5-minute trek back. But yeah, you do remember a patch of those particular orchids
Okay.
nearby.
I think it might be the orchids, and I saw some a bit back there.
It
So-
will either have to be the orchids or the Schwinga. So we can try the orchids and then we can try a Schwinga.
Give me the dinosaur skull.
Mask.
Mask.
Skull.
Mask.
Mask. Yeah.
I don't think it can
So, do you want to get
I'm gonna
okay
go,
for us?
yeah.
I shall join you.
All right.
Okay, so you find the patch of orchids and you pluck some of the flowers. How many are you getting?
I'm guessing
Who-
all of us are going to get one.
So who's going to get one?
I am going to get one.
I'll get one.
Well, I didn't notice. I'm still pondering
Okay.
that. Yeah.
I
I'm
assume
gonna
that.
get two.
Well, I don't know. Did Bright or Sploof share this information with us? Otherwise, Elias, me, and
I did
Yeah.
say
Sit up here.
to everyone,
Okay.
so.
And I
Unless
spoke
you
out
weren't
to
paying
her.
attention.
Yes.
All right,
If your
so
perception really sucked, you might have missed it.
like Elias.
Ooh, a butterfly.
All right, so you guys go and you grab flowers for everybody. Let's say.
Yes.
Okay, so as you come back and start up the flight of stairs, holding the orchids out in front of you, the vines do part for you and allow you to progress up to the next level of the pyramid. You do also hear the sound, and as you hear the sound behind you, and you turn around and you do see them closing behind you again as well.
Oh, he's so smart.
Shrewd feline.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so you get to the next level. What do you guys do?
I feel a little.
I'll scratch you behind the ear.
I don't think you can reach my ear.
I'll jump.
so the vines are only
See his little
covering.
butt?
Just the lower level.
What do we see ahead of us?
Okay. The next flight of stairs ahead of you seems to be clear, but they're starting to crumble in places, so they're kind of rough, very very difficult to cross over. It looks like,
Okay.
but there's no obvious impediment to moving on.
I don't know. Last time these came out of nowhere. 80 volunteers?
So you or I should probably go first.
I can go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go quarter speed
Quarter speed up the stairs.
and just keep watching forward for anything that is in front of me.
Are we doing the tap the step ahead of us routine?
I can do the tap.
I feel like
Step.
that
All right,
would be fine.
so you climb up the first step with no problem, and then the second. And as you're tapping the third step in front of you, it dissolves into gravel.
Okay.
And then the step you're on turns into gravel under your feet, and you start to slide backwards.
Okay. It's not that far.
right?
Okay.
So what are you gonna do? How are you gonna react to that?
Just jump back and land on my feet because I'm only like a second on the second
Yeah,
stair.
yeah. That easily enough. But after that, what are you gonna do?
Let me look through my inventory.
Do the stairs stay crumbled?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So while he's looking through his pack, I'm gonna try and climb up the wall again.
Same results. You are
Yeah, that's
still
what I
unable to
thought.
climb the wall.
No. Would anyone have a grappling hook?
Grappling hook?
I
No.
feel like I should have a grappling hook.
Anyone? Any takers?
I
I'm gonna take my 2 crowbars. I'm gonna
do you-
interlace them, and then I'm gonna tie one of my ropes around and fling it up so we can use it as a guiding rope as we work our way up.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can catch on anything so it's steady.
Make an athletics check.
Just crumbles all the stairs.
Athletics 17.
17. You fling it up all the way to the top of the stairs, and you're not wrong. It doesn't catch on anything, and on the way back, it turns all of the stairs into gravel.
Oh.
Oh, you come up with something!
So
Great.
you hear gales of laughter from below as Azaka is now just rolling on the ground,
Okay.
laughing.
You're
Wait.
not helpful.
There's 2 set upstairs, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 set of stairs. So
Let's
one.
go to the other side.
Okay, but as soon as you touch them, they turn to gravel.
Everybody make your
Oh.
perception check again.
What is it, a perception?
That's much
That's better.
unnatural.
Oh,
20.
Unnatural 20,
15.
15,
24.
24,
Natural 20.
unnatural 20.
6.
Okay. So
Ooh,
So
butterfly.
Bright is distracted this time. The rest of
I'm
you,
grooming my tail.
the rest of you see movement again within your ranks, and you look down, and there is another Shawinga.
Of course.
This time, it is wearing a chameleon headed mask, and it's got in one hand the orange and purple orchid, and in the other a bright red parrot feather. And as you watch, it skitters right up the ramp of gravel to the next level.
Do we see any red parrots?
Where are we going
Make
to
an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Nice. Oh, nice.
There are indeed parrot nests close by that seem to have feathers in them.
Do they have parrots in them?
No.
I'm sensing a theme.
Yes.
I'm going to take one of these feathers.
Okay.
I am also.
You start to feel incredibly light.
Would you like to bring more over?
This is fun. You must try.
I grab one.
And you start to feel light on your feet, even more so
Than normal.
than normal for you.
You now.
The weight drops away from you, and you
These are
feel
handy.
I'm
All-
also going to take my hat out of my cloaky thing that I have flung over my shoulder. I'm going to take it out, unfold it, and put it on.
It
because
may not
fits
work,
me
but I'm
like a mask.
putting this
Okay.
in my inventory.
okay.
And I'm gonna
'Cause you
fold
never
the brim
know.
of the hat into something that looks like a beak. So it doesn't look like any particular animal, but it looks animal-esque.
Okay.
You spell orchid.
Just for grins, what is that? Just for grins, make me a dexterity check.
So there you go. Dexterity is what you need for hat origami. That's the governing ability.
You know, it's not terrible, but it's a little abstract, and no one really knows what you're going for.
So we take
One
our
of a kind,
feathers
some
and our
might
orchids
say.
and we go up the.
You find it incredibly easy to climb
Imagine
the
that.
the
Imagine.
gravel
You
ramp
could like do some somersaults up. Because why not? I'm having
easily.
fun.
Yeah,
So-
easily.
And some flips,
Once we get up to the next
backflips.
level,
Yes.
I'm just gonna sort of like step away from the stairs and just look around for the next Schwinga.
Okay. The next set of stairs is covered with poisonous snakes. Just like
Luckily.
literally crawling with them. You can barely see the steps underneath them. It's just a mass of wriggling snake bodies. Since you're actively looking for it, I'm not even going to make you roll. The Shawinga is there. This time, it's got a ferret mask on its face. It's holding the orchid and it's holding the feather. It strides right up to the stairs to one of the snakes, smacks it on the head with the orchid. The snake gets angry and rears up at it, and it tickles the side of it with the feather, at which point the snake calms down. You see the Shawinga get down on the ground in front of it and open its mouth, and the snake slithers into its mouth.
I don't know.
And then the Shawinga slithers on its belly like a snake up the stairs.
Okay, snakes.
Uh,
Oh, I'm excited.
How big are these snakes?
They're good sized snakes.
I'm strangely comfortable with this.
Also,
I was gonna throw alchemist fire on them, but
No, it's.
any other ideas?
Does it
I
have to
mean-
be snakes? Yes, it has to be snakes.
Yes.
I mean.
Yes, it has to be snakes.
I mean, it's a tomb thing.
Oh,
it is a tomb.
I
it is.
proceed to replicate.
All right.
I
Pretty worse.
also proceed.
So, smack,
Smack.
tickle,
Swallow.
swallow. All right. So the two of you that
Sorry,
have
over the
explicitly
12-year-old
told me
boy.
you're doing this, roll me a Constitution save.
I know you'd be doing this.
16.
You're good.
16. Yeah.
You're also good.
Okay.
The rest of you gonna do it as well?
19.
19. Good.
I suppose. What's the worst that can happen?
I'm going to put my robe on before I slither because I feel like the goblin nuggets might get hung up on things if I don't.
Good idea.
You're going to put your robe on?
Yes.
The
Someone
robe
took
you
it off.
don't have?
I have it over my shoulder.
I didn't take it.
Oh, okay. I thought you took it.
Just
No.
untie
He,
it.
he untied it and he just went like over the shoulder.
You're still good.
19.
And you're good. So
That was close.
all of you sort of feel the snakes wriggle down your throat and into your belly, and you start to feel sort of the power of the serpent come over you guys, and you're able to oddly it's really weird trying to describe how it feels when you sort of flex your abdominal muscles in such a way that you're able to crawl forward on your belly like a snake.
Okay.
You crawl right over the massive snakes, and they seem to take no mind of you at all, and you're able to reach the top with no problems. You now find yourself on the very top level of the pyramid, looking out over the jungle. The temple, the shrine on top, is held up by pillars and walls that have sort of labyrinths carved into them. Bright. You recognize this as an homage to Uptau.
How the crocodile one or
No.
Or is that something different?
Yeah, it's something totally
Okay,
different. Uptau was the sort of the guardian god of Schult, and after the people of Schult sort of fell away from worshiping him, he washed his hands of the whole continent and just disappeared.
Okay.
So all that's left is the shrines that to him, which have fallen into ruin. Peering into the shrine, you do see that it's sort of where is it? You do see just a barren, sort of dusty room that seems very empty. What are all of your passive perceptions?
15.
14?
15.
15?
13.
13? 9? Bless you.
I don't know. 11?
It's 10 plus your perception bonus.
Oh, it is. Sorry. 13.
13. Okay. So, and what was yours?
13.
13. Okay. So everybody except Sploof, you do catch on the wind a faint smell of incense. Sploof, you don't catch it. Sorry.
Even if you did smell it, you'd be like, naughty smell.
It smells too nice here. Oh,
So,
should I send Hemorrhoid ahead?
Oh yeah, I'm assuming it's okay that he's been on my shoulder this whole time because I kind of forgot he existed until just now.
Yeah, he's been with you, so it's
I
fine.
mean, I feel like that would be unhospitable.
Hostile?
Well, yes. I can't say the word. That I'm
Inhospitable.
Geography.
Yes.
Geometry.
Be inhospitable of us to do that. I think we should just walk in. I mean, it's
Maybe we should knock first.
I'm gonna look around for
Hospitable.
Schwinga.
That's a good idea. No Schwinga?
No Schwinga.
Okay, then yeah, I say we walk in.
Okay?
politely take
Not
my
that
hat
you
off
like
as
to
we
put your weapons
check
away.
for
take my
traps.
hat off politely as we enter.
Okay.
Put your weapons away.
17 perception, or I guess would it be an investigation?
Investigation.
Check? Okay, so that's an 18 roll. Investigation is +2, so unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20, okay. You do not see any evidence of any sort of traps around the structure.
Okay, cool.
So as all of you pass into the shrine, it changes before your eyes. From the barren, dusty room to one that is illuminated by hanging lamps. Incense is burning, and it fills it with exotic scents and curling smoke. Cushions and reed mats cover the floor. Pots of blooming flowers line the plastered walls, and singing birds flit from plant to plant. An immense snake with iridescent scales rests on a heap of cushions opposite the doorway. It is green. It rises slowly to a height of 5 feet, staring directly into your eyes as it moves. Its face is remarkably human, and its tongue flicks before it speaks. I am Sajna Baza. What do you seek in this ancient place?
That's how you spell it, but I feel like that would be.
Speak truly, for I hear your hearts.
I forgot. Why are we here?
Are you the Oracle?
Yes.
My name is Elias Bloodstone. These are my companions, and we seek answers that we greatly need.
Yes.
I think that's why we asked the questions.
I don't know what to say. Wordsmiths?
So I'm gonna get out a piece of paper and write on it. We're seeking the city, the lost city of Omu, and hand that to you.
Oh, yes, that. I forgot.
We are seeking the lost city of Omu.
Of course you are. The city you seek lies between the peaks of flame and the valley of lost honor.
Oh.
So,
Oh, that's fun.
It's a large.
yep. You wouldn't happen. I was about to say, here's a map. No.
What's the fastest way for us to get there, man?
You wouldn't happen to know any giant eagles, would you?
Unfortunately not.
Could I turn Emerald into one?
So that was a nerd joke, guys.
Yeah. There is that broken down airship.
What broken down airship?
Is there a broken down airship? Have I
When
forgotten?
we were going up to the plateau.
You never said, Joe. You never said you never told us.
Did I not tell you
Oh,
that?
that's
Oh, you didn't tell
right,
us.
You never told us about
You didn't tell
that.
him.
Oh,
Oh,
I saw it.
He said
okay.
I don't think I told anyone either, though.
Oops.
And you didn't mark it on the map.
We're all just like, oh dang, we're boned.
Yeah.
No, as we were going up the plateau, we saw it.
Well then.
Is there any
It's on the
other advice? No, that's just a loose piece of paper. We didn't place it
Yeah,
What,
we didn't
the
place
wreckage was where from Imbala?
south, but we don't. But no one.
It actually is on your map.
Is it? Oh. Right there.
Exactly.
Okay.
The
So I
paper
was
just got-
expecting
yeah.
a thing of a ship. Sorry.
I tried. I couldn't fit
yeah.
it into a single
Okay.
head.
Anyway, would you have any advice as we embark upon our quest?
Everybody, make me a perception check.
I feel like this is going to go poorly.
Wow. that
Nat
was
20.
really bad.
16.
16. Okay.
A 12.
A 5.
Close.
13.
Your camera is wandering. You are certainly cut in half.
I'm cutting half.
Sorry.
There we go.
Oh no,
There we
it's
go.
just
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Take my
Yeah, so apparently the cameras are not lined up as well as they could be this week. Sorry.
Anyway,
Anyway, so what was, sorry, I was
16.
16,
13.
13.
5.
Okay,
12.
12.
Nat 20.
Okay. So everyone except Bright, you're
I'm just grooming my tail again.
grooming your tail again.
She has developed fleas.
You
Terrible.
you catch like the overwhelming scent of cooking ham.
Ooh.
And then two figures step into the shrine with you.
Okay.
Do you recognize them?
Well,
What does well mean? Oh.
That's probably the
is
other
that
party.
well?
one of them is a human male,
Oh. Oh, thank goodness.
and the other one is a kind of creature
Wait.
that none of you have ever seen before.
Okay.
Hard to describe. Very sort of it's green, sort of scaly, textured skin. It's got a
Oh.
long sort of point on the top of his cranium, and is carrying an impressive-looking longsword. The other gentleman,
A unicorn turtle?
the other gentleman, the human, it's kind of hard to place his age. but there's something. He's got a very young face, but the eyes seem very sort of ancient and knowing. And as the two of them step in, you realize that the smell of ham is coming from the creature.
Okay. Yes, hello.
I'm still grounding myself.
Yes.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I seem to be interrupting something.
Hello. Are you here? Well, you are here. Are you? Why are you here?
Well, I assume I'm for the same reason that you are, my little friend. I'm seeking answers about a personal mystery of mine.
You got flambéed, didn't you?
What?
Oh, maybe not. Sorry. That was a strange question to ask, I'm sure.
That is a very strange question. I know.
Smells like ham.
So the green creature starts laughing once he realizes that you're talking to him, and then shakes his head no. The smell shifts a little bit.
Shifts?
It loses the ham smell and starts to smell like lemon.
He's a smell shifter?
What?
Nope, Gideon doesn't know anything about what's going on.
I,
Lance does, but Gideon doesn't know anything.
That's an interesting trick. Usually I only do that when I've eaten something foul.
Oh,
And it generally only goes one
I thought
direction.
you were covering Sploof's mouth.
I like being a goblin.
so, the
You want to
answer
eat
to our question previously, the...
I'm so sorry. What was the question?
She's just been sitting there laughing at us the entire time.
Do you know anything that could help us on our quest to stop the death curse?
Wait, what's curse?
Oh, I suppose we should have mentioned that earlier.
This is
This is the guy.
Cat's out of the bag now.
currently many people who have previously died, including us, are slowly dying again, and it's only a matter of time before it will kill us all. And there's no way to reverse it. No cleric, no druid, nothing can cure whatever this thing is. So we are on a quest to find answers.
That is quite a bit more important than the answers I seek.
What answers do you seek?
I thought we were covering your mouth.
He keeps letting go.
He keeps biting.
I just take
A very long time ago, I lost someone very dear to me in a city in these parts. And I am seeking answers on how to get her back.
Well, if you'd like to come along and help us, maybe we can help you too when we're no longer rotting.
When we're no longer rotting.
Good one.
And connected.
So the Naga turns to the gentleman. I know the answers you seek, But the city of Mesro shall not return until Raznisi is dead.
Razniti,
Make me a
What
history
and the
check.
where and the why?
and God bless you, maybe.
And God's bless should they maybe.
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. There are a couple of things in that passage that trigger in your brain.
Oh, we don't
First is the mention of the city of Mesro.
Okay.
It was a city here in the jungles of Schult that was attacked and destroyed during the time now commonly referred to as the Spell Plague. It was attacked by a warlord named Raznisi. After the city was destroyed, he he attacked the city with an army of undead, mostly dead Schultons raised as zombies, or ghouls.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Um, he
Don't
attacked.
say that out
He
loud.
attacked the city of Mesro and by all accounts destroyed it. Afterwards, he disappeared into the jungle and was never seen again.
The necromancer, whatever.
Hmm?
The necromancer disappeared into the forest and was never seen again.
Yes.
So Raznisi was not your friend.
No, she's the
Oh
only
wait,
one.
no,
I'm
you
the
were
one who
named.
Yeah.
knows this.
Sorry. My bad.
So, as far as to my knowledge, the city is not a city anymore.
Correct.
So that's probably gonna surprise me.
Yes, the talk of the city returning is a bit of a head scratcher.
Are they rebuilding it?
Excuse me. I thought
That's where the city was.
Mesrit was not. What? It's been destroyed. Is there a chance of it coming back?
Are they rebuilding? Contractors?
It was so the gentleman actually turns to use. The city was not destroyed, as many people believe. It possessed. The citizens of the city possessed great magical powers, and during
like
the
you do.
attack, they used their powers to move the city to another plane of existence.
So they basically Atlantis it.
They created Gallifrey.
I wish I had experience to give you,
Sorry,
inspiration to give you for that.
that's okay. It was just out of. Oh, that wasn't
They,
even a character.
they Gallifreyed the city.
They
I love
Gallifreyed
it.
the city. They put it in a dimensional pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's awesome.
Well, that's surprising.
Yes. What's even more surprising, and he turns back to the Naga. What's even more surprising is that Raznisi lives. Yes. He now controls the Yuan Ti in the city of Omu.
No! Ah, piss.
Is that where we're going? Yep. Oh, no.
So, oh no, that's not good. So, in Omu, well,
You know, if the Auntie are under the control of one guy, you take out the one guy and the Auntie aren't a problem, right?
you don't know anything
Have
about
you
political
met-
science, do you? You probably failed that class or didn't take it.
Yes.
Because you chop the head off a Hydra doesn't mean it will die.
I mean, I bring them back, so. or at least I'm trying to get that strong. But because the other heads, I understand now. Fine. So you think that this person is the one who has done the death cursey thing?
Who are you asking?
The Yanti.
The
Not
Naga.
The Naga, sorry.
The Naga?
One word. Oracle, yes.
The signs are vague on that point,
Of course.
Even the Oracle doesn't know.
but I do know that the evil you seek originates from Omu.
Oh, it is.
If Raz Nisi is not the cause, then he is aligned with the force that is.
Why was it looking? Why was
It was just, I mean, it's just,
Okay,
it was
okay.
just,
I was just like, why is it look? Why is
just-
the Naga looking at me? I haven't done anything.
For dramatic effect.
Okay.
so your two sort of friends,
Acquaintances.
your acquaintances have sort of pulled themselves off to a corner and are, well, the guy is conversing with the creature, and the creature, the smells are like coming fast and furious. In 1 second it's the lemon, in 1 second it's the ham, in 1 second it smells like
That's good.
honeysuckle, and some bit. Sometimes it's roses, sometimes it's brimstone. So, and underneath it all, just sort of very faintly, is the smell of baked bread.
So did I get an answer
On what?
on anything to help us?
Well, I mean, you've been having this conversation, so
Yeah.
I'm sort of you're kind of gleaning some more information.
Right. No, I'm still waiting for my answer. My answer.
Specific.
Yes.
Can I do like a general look around, see if there's like snakeskin shed somewhere? Just a general look
Is show? Is there a
We'll come back
magic
to that.
weapon? Is there a power? Is there a kill button that could help us in our quest
Easy button.
for
If only it was that easy.
curing the death curse, curing the plague of this land? You know, I'm asking for a lot, but
We've noticed.
yes.
You wish to be strengthened in your quest.
We are pretty squishy.
Yes.
So the end of the tail,
Ow!
the Naga's tail
Six
sort of
in.
reaches up and slithers into a little niche in the wall, and down behind the bricks, and you hear some jingling and some jangling. And as it comes back, the tail has with it several.
Sorry, just a weird noise.
Car alarm.
Car alarm.
Go see if that was anybody's.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So the tail has around it sort of light metal chains with little pendants hanging off of them, several of them.
Now we're good.
Okay.
Across the street.
Okay.
The first one that comes off, or the tail sort of swings around and puts the first one in your hands.
Okay.
And the pendant on the end of the chain has a stylized feather etched into it.
Okay.
So the next one, next the tail comes to you, and the pendant it hands you has a flaming sword on it. The next one comes to you, Sploof, and it has a a tankard overflowing with foam.
Does this mean I drink?
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Oh, and I forgot one for. Ooh, give me 1 second here.
Okay.
I realize I missed somebody. That's what I get for doing this in a hurry.
Missed someone?
I missed someone.
Meanwhile, Spoon is just kind of like sniffing guy who keeps changing smells.
Do you have a ring somewhere?
A ring?
Not that I remember.
I don't.
Pyre wanted to know if he could see the ring, but I don't know what ring he's referring to. I asked him.
Well, we've only gotten two things. It was the boots of spider climbing and the wand of the war mage. Was the only thing we
okay.
got. Magic wise, I don't know if there was a ring.
Okay, that one's
Oh!
Oh what?
Oh! Oh.
Oh what? What? Share with the class.
okay. So the last, it's not the last one. There are two more on the tail, but the next one that comes to is for you, and wait, did I already do? No, already did that one. Yeah. Okay. And the medallion on it has a little sort of stylized picture of a warrior charging into battle.
Right. Well, this down.
Okay.
Feather medallion.
The guy who's talking with the person who changes smells.
Right.
Does he have any rings on? That ring was what he was asking about, by the way.
Not that he's wearing it. No.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 and 2 going together
yeah,
now.
What?
That ring.
What ring?
Later.
Okay.
All will be revealed in time.
Player knowledge.
Player
Oh.
knowledge,
Okay.
not character
Okay.
knowledge.
Player knowledge.
So each of you want to write these down. Elias,
Yes.
Charm of Featherfall.
Charm of feather. Oh, goody! Yay! I will never
You
die.
could have used that a while back.
Grant you the benefit of a ring of Featherfall. These benefits last for 10 days, after which the charm vanishes from
So I
you.
have 10 days to use it, or 10 days after I activate it.
10 days after you activate it.
Okay.
Meyer, you already have your charm, but just as a reminder, you have the charm of restoration.
Yep.
6 charges. Da 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 da. Sploof. You have a charm of vitality.
Vitality.
This charm allows you to give yourself the benefit of a potion of vitality as an action. Once you do so, the charm vanishes.
What's a potion of vitality do? Man.
Uh,
or we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll
Okay.
get to that. When and if it ever comes up.
Okay.
Yes. Bright.
Yes.
Yours is a charm of heroism.
Ooh.
This charm allows you to give yourself the benefit of a potion of heroism as an action. Once you do so, the charm vanishes.
Nice.
And Gideon. Charm of the Slayer. One sword in your possession becomes either a dragon slayer or a giant slayer. My choice once you activate it for the next 9 days.
All right.
Oh.
The charm then vanishes from you and the weapon returns to normal. There are 2 other charms, one each for Nyx and Pyre.
We will get those to them.
Nyx's has a jaguar head carved into it. It's a charm of animal conjuring.
Ooh.
Nice.
And Pyre I forget. Do fire genasi have dark vision?
I don't think so.
So
Maybe
so
Steven will tell me real
Steven,
fast.
if you're watching, that's a question for you because I don't remember.
And remember to tell your wife that she is.
Yes, and remember to tell Nat that she's got the charm of animal conjuring. They do have dark vision. Okay. All right. Pyre, I'm going to come up with a charm for you because there's not one. Yeah, it's not one. There's not one that really fits you well in the book, but I'll come up with something and have it for you next session.
I love how the feather falling one works perfectly for my character. I will never fall again!
So yeah, so those charms are passed out.
Okay. Thank you for these gracious gifts that thou hast given us.
Perception check to look around.
Scales.
For scales, right? It's not how that works.
It's very private on how it descales itself.
Yeah.
So probably nothing out in the open.
Nothing. There's nothing out in the open, and you realize while you're looking that even if there had been, the skin that comes off when serpents shed are not scales.
It's true. They're not really.
It's fine.
Not really.
It's fine.
Okay, I was just looking.
I'm going to ask then.
You sure you gotta do this?
You don't know
I mean,
what
she's,
to do this.
we don't know what she's going. We don't know what she's going to
Right.
ask.
Mm.
Yep.
So
Also, we were asked to see if you would be so gracious as to lend us a scale.
Who would ask such of you?
Some lady that woke our friend up from the dead.
She's gonna turn her eyes on Pyre.
I thought Pyre was still down at the
Oh yeah, he.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's down at the bottom. Never mind.
Sorry, we.
You consort with the undead?
Well, not exactly.
I'm just gonna. If I'm close to Sploof, I'm just gonna take a step to the side.
Yeah.
There's this little goblin in the middle of the room. Everybody else is stepping
Step to the side.
Not on purpose.
I'm gonna.
He's
How are you going to justify
I'm going
this?
to cast silence on Spoof.
like
So that is an area of effect, and it's going to affect all of you at this point.
Okay.
How much of an area is it?
I don't know. I don't know much about it yet.
I just point scathingly at you.
Do you not have dispel magic?
Oh wait, do I have dispel? I at least have counterspell, but I feel like I would rather do just
Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't, at
the
this point,
shenanigans.
I don't think at this point Sploof
I
would
actually
have thought. Oh,
I'll just start playing my flute now.
which no one can hear.
In the silence?
No, yes, in the silence.
roll a performance check. No, it's all about the emotion, right?
Exactly.
There's just this little goblin in the middle of the room, like stamping his feet and screaming.
I was explaining myself.
Can't hear you say that.
Nope. So for the duration of the spell, it is completely silent.
So we're just gonna stare at each other awkwardly.
Yes, we're staring at each other awkwardly. You're gonna be really angry.
How long does it last?
I don't know.
I think it's like 10 minutes.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just gonna sit here for 10 minutes in silence.
I'm gonna chase you.
I don't,
Wow.
I don't see it in
Okay.
the player's handbook.
Silence.
Silence?
Yeah.
It's
It's
in there.
It's, in
Oh no,
there.
there it is right there.
It's at the corner.
It's
Okay.
action.
Yeah, 120 feet.
We're not
Well,
duration.
We are all silent.
Duration.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
So for 10 minutes, I chase your tail because I know you did this, and
you do get
The two
You
Play
do
10
get this.
minutes of awkward silence.
You do
Words,
get this. You
please.
do get the smell of brimstone from the creature as he looks around because everyone has gone silent.
So I'm gonna go over to him at some point and just poke at him and because I want him to do his weird smell trick because it amuses me and right now I'm
The brimstone smell gets stronger.
I'm gonna.
I'm excited.
Now, may I also say that you can end the spell at any time, right?
Indeed, I can.
and she's not gonna.
I guess I'll just stand there for 10 minutes.
I'm going to.
I'm going to message
look something up.
No, I'm going to message Sploof.
Can
No,
you?
you can't because it's a whisper.
No verbal, nothing verbal can go through.
Yeah, any spell that requires a verbal.
Yeah, silence
Yes.
bones spellcasters
Yep.
like a lot.
Silence is
Okay,
the oblivion
I
of
am going
spellcasters.
to write a note. I'm just once Sploop is done chasing my tail, I'm going to climb out of the way so that Sploop can get my tail.
Okay, so 10 minutes pass and the spell comes down.
And that's how I got the biggest hickey ever. Anyway, just reminiscing on a story. I don't know.
I just stare at
Don't you do that?
Yes, and the source of that hickey is in these jungles as we speak.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
I like you.
We should probably be going now.
If you don't mind, I do believe my friend and I will accompany you.
Certainly.
It seems that your
On a
your
quest.
quest may take precedence over mine. Yes, Artis. So,
I was like, oh, that ring!
Oh, Artis Simber.
Yep, Artis Simber.
Oh, that is.
That's
You
the
remember
guy?
the ring that Kuhani wanted in the last game?
Yeah.
and the guy
This is
got
the guy
shut
who
up in
has
a
it.
bag of holding and
Oh.
died. Yeah, that guy.
no,
No, that was
that was his son.
That
one
was
of
his
them.
son.
One of his many children.
Because she wanted the ring, and then I knew this dude because he's a member of the Harpers, and they like hinted at him in the last game, but he never
That's
showed up.
right.
Yeah, this is
Basically, this is kind of like a James Bond.
Okay.
We could use a James Bond.
He
As long as he's on
he
our side.
sleeps his way through Faerun.
that
That is not inaccurate.
is not
That is not
inaccurate
inaccurate.
whatsoever.
Can you do the smell trick more often? Because I like that.
That's how he communicates.
Just have conversations with him.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the equivalent of him shouting his emotions at you.
We start heading down the pyramid.
Well,
guess.
But I didn't get a scale.
Doesn't matter. He'll be dead soon.
You're not wrong.
I'm sorry, Steven, but it's true.
But we might also be dead soon if we don't give her what she wanted.
Yeah, well, I think he was on a shield.
Don't give who what she wanted.
It's a story for later
It's a long story. We'll have to
Yeah.
come back.
to that.
Okay.
I feel like I should say this now.
No, we should. It should be in a nice, controlled area.
We haven't
What?
done anything wrong.
By the by, are are you guys still? I mean, have you?
It would certainly sound like we are still in the room with
We
the
are.
orc.
Yeah, it certainly
Yeah.
would. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just
Shall
checking.
we?
I believe we should go.
Yeah. But there's nothing else we need to ask.
But I already asked.
Then we shall go.
Later. I feel like this is a bad idea, but a parent obviously my group doesn't like the idea of me talking to you about this. She stuck her lip out! I didn't even know that was a thing!
Just keep.
I'm gonna do it!
I just like word vomit the thing that happened.
I'd like to knock her out.
I'm gonna step in and stop you.
Okay. Go for it. You stop me. I will
So
succeed.
there was a fight,
Succeed.
and this happened, and then Pyre died, and Pyre is my favorite minion.
So the tail comes around and starts stroking its chin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite the story.
So that's the person that told us that we should get the scale.
And under normal circumstances, I would be inclined to offer assistance, but I am loath to forward the plans of evil.
To forward the plans of evil. And we wholeheartedly agree.
Except
How important is this request you make?
well, I don't know if maybe she's gonna come after us if we don't do the thing that she wanted us to.
Well, no, she basically said she'd come back for the stone. I don't think it would be like. It would basically be like Thanos coming in and just off the head, but.
Yeah.
But I mean, Thanos also killed half of everything, so I don't think there would. I feel like there would be more collateral damage.
Well, I prefer. I
There
think my
probably
chances are
will
quite
likely
good.
be more collateral damage than just fire.
So I don't know. Are you familiar with any crazy hags that would be like? Should we be concerned for our safety if we
I'm
don't do?
gonna write the name of the hag, Nani. What was it, Nana Pepu, and just be like, like name. And write that for you.
Yes, Nani People. Familiar? But
And it's a full body sigh that sounds very much like a cobra hissing. Yes, I have had runs in with this particular hag over the eons.
We have tea every 100 years.
No.
No, I just didn't joke.
We are. And your DM has lost the word.
Rivals.
Rivals, thank you. We are rivals in all things. Were she to acquire one of my scales, the balance would tip in her favor.
Could we make
any
a
way
big
you
scale?
could keep her off our backs?
I shall do what I can for you.
That's fair enough. I'm satisfied with this. I mean, realistically, my ear fell off last week, so I'm kind of more excited about the other thing.
Why are you falling apart faster than we are? I'm just losing strength. You're just falling apart.
You're missing your arm.
That was. I've had this for a while now. I put that back. Remembering I'm in a mixed company.
The smell of ham is back.
I don't know whether that's good or bad. I like the smell of ham.
Well, it's not brimstone, so it's probably not bad.
Anyway.
I feel like that's an acceptable compromise. Yes, if you could keep her off of our back, then we have no need to really try to give her what she's asked for. Eh? Meh. Meh.
And skedaddle now.
Maybe we should go.
Thank you for your help.
I give a really weird little goblin-y flourish.
Of course.
I like how she looks.
Bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Head
do
back-
bow.
bow.
Probably
Head
bow
back
and all
down
that
the
stuff.
pyramid.
Leave.
Okay, so as you pass back out of the room, your vision of the interior wavers for a moment, and then it's back to the barren and dusty appearance as when you
I
first
put on
appeared.
the feather medallion.
Going back down the pyramid
It's a lot easier. Than
is a
going
lot
up.
easier than coming up. The snakes have disappeared. The steps have all reformed and remain firm under your feet.
She's turned off the security.
The vines are not blocking the path on the lower levels.
We have 30 seconds to get down before it rearms.
Yeah.
The oddity is
Oh,
the
Odyssey.
that it is now dawn of the next day.
Oh, balls.
Day 25
Down another hit.
of the Death Curse.
32 hit points.
I don't want to say mine just to be nice to you all.
Bite me.
When you reach the ground, Pyre and Nyx are still there, and
Have they erected the tower?
the
Yeah.
tower is there. And at the base of the pyramid, around the tower, there is a field of blue tulips that has sprung up overnight.
Ooh, pretty.
When you come down, Nyx is outside actually gathering handfuls of them, just like armloads full of them and stuffing them in her pouch.
We have friends.
Yes, I suppose introductions are in order. You might have caught my name. I am Artis Simber, and this is my friend and companion, Dragonbait.
Wow, does the name Artist Simber mean anything to
To
me?
any of us?
Everybody make a history check.
9!
Doesn't suck.
12.
10,
19.
12, 19,
19.
19. Okay, so the two of you absolutely know the name of Artis Simber. He is an adventurer, an explorer of some renown, and the stories of his exploits last far longer than any one man could have possibly been alive.
I'm fanboying a little bit.
I wanted.
For the rest of you, the name's familiar.
Yeah, no, it's good as me, so, okay.
Yeah.
We didn't even know your name when we arrived.
Mr. Simba.
Quiet, you.
Oh, Artis, please.
Honest, I like you. And I hope that you don't take this the wrong way. But should you die with us in the jungle, could I animate your corpse?
You'll find this is a fairly normal request.
I
from
just-
this one.
I go
I-
up and start to pulse with what, and it's fine. It's fine. Just ignore Sploop. Ignore that.
Gideon, will you
He's-
maybe
He's,
tackle me right
he's
now
kind
if
of
I
just
die, don't
smiling
let me
down at
go?
you and says, I don't think that will be an issue, but
Oh man, if it works the way I'm
armor.
thinking, he just keeps killing him and getting more.
What was the name of the other one?
Dragon
Dragon
bait.
bait.
Dragon bait.
Haha.
Dragon bait.
Dragon bait. Wahaha. Okay. So now what?
So, and you are?
Elias Bloodstone, archaeologist.
Maya Veranos. I am the leader.
Self-appointed.
Of himself, maybe.
I think I've heard of your uncle.
Oh.
you the mighty. That's about what I thought.
Don't worry, you're very mighty.
See? He did. Just now.
Congratulations.
Brown nose.
I am Bright Paw on Cloud, but you may call me Bright.
I'm Gideon Blackthorn.
Interesting. Any relation to the? Okay.
You might have avoided my country.
How's your grandmother?
Oh!
Well,
Are you?
Acquaintance?
Are you possibly a relation?
Not that I'm aware of.
There's a very specific way of finding
Man
out.
has gotten around for a long time. Just saying.
When I mean
That's
around,
what
I
I've
mean
heard.
around.
That's what I said.
Which good job.
Improbable, but not impossible.
Every time I go somewhere in Faerun, I color it in with a red pen, and the whole map is covered in red pen.
Oh man, I think tonight.
And then he
What
makes
does that mean?
so he makes introductions with Nyx. Sort
I
of.
just want something blue.
She hands him one of the flowers. You're cute. Scratches Sunshine behind one of the legs, one of his front legs, and
Turns to the gaunt Fire Ganassi.
turns to turns to Pyre, and you get a sense that there's sort of something else going on in the interchange as they sort of look at each other, and they exchange names and shake hands, and it's very tense for a moment, and then the moment passes.
Pyre is my best minion.
I'm sure he is.
So, what's the plan? Are we heading back to the boat?
how does Azaka react?
No, how does Azaka react? Yeah, she doesn't know who he is.
She's from Cholt,
So,
but still.
all right.
I
So
don't know.
another 2 mouths to feed. Excellent. I assume we kind of know where we're going now.
Yeah.
We have an idea.
Pull out
Show
the
her
map.
on the map.
Oh dear.
Yep.
But we might
Yep.
be able to. Oh, did any of you mention the airship?
No, I didn't say anything while we were up with the Oracle, so I didn't mention
I
it.
hand Nyx and Pyre their pendant
Not yet.
Okay.
medallions.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. All right.
So-
Well,
Okay, so we're up there. We gotta go down here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, Azaka,
Yes.
how easy would it be to use the canoes? Like, how close could we get?
Oh,
Yes, map bearer.
let me
close
see here.
Depending on how close will determine if we backtrack to the canoes or not.
Or if you just want to shove it.
Yeah, like if the canoes aren't going to be able to get
We
us
can
that
try
much
and
further,
fix the
we can just
airship.
head from here. to
Yeah,
there.
but we could get there faster if we don't fix the airship versus whatever.
Would we fix an airship?
None of us have.
So,
So if the
You don't know
GM
that.
would like to point us to where Azaka says.
from what I recall, there is the waterways of the Aldani Basin get to right about here. So from
Well, that's
here,
half the
you'd be
distance.
on foot.
So worth it to get the canoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking yes.
That would make at least a week to get down there. Plus, it would take us like another week to get back to the canoes, and then another week to get to the end of the river.
At that's a little more than halfway of not walking.
True.
Yeah. So to the canoes.
To the canoes.
Onward! 2 canoes.
All right.
Oh, Steven got a 24 on his history check. I assume Pyre knows who Artis Cimber is.
Pyre knows exactly who Artis Cimber is.
Alright.
Are they on okay terms?
I mean,
Well, that's going to be up to Steven now, isn't it?
you slept with my great grandmother. Prepare to die.
My name is Indigo Ventoya. You have slept with my grandmother. Prepare.
And my grandmother before that, and my grandmother before that, and my grandmother before that. You've slept with many of my grandmothers.
All right.
Now, there's an interesting idea. Has he ever generally had a
Generational slope.
I had an affair with your grandmother, with
Oh,
your
jeez.
mother,
Fair
with
question.
you, with your daughter.
Everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
Everybody get up.
Every so often, he just makes his way back through town and.
Yeah, whoever's next in the line.
Wow.
Uh,
Oh,
that's weird.
that is.
Yeah, Artis is a. He plays like a bit of a man whore.
A bit of a man. No, he is.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, he
they
is.
don't-
Is he a bard? As a side note, or
I
no?
don't know
No.
what 5e.
Is
I
that
don't know what his
how I
5e
know?
stats are.
I'm just wondering because that sounds a lot like a bard.
In other
Wow,
editions,
I
he was
know
like
who he is.
a fighter, a rogue, a wizard, like a whole bunch of
He
things.
was multi-task.
It
Yeah.
does not give him a class.
Okay.
He's a little bit.
He is
of
an NPC.
Yep.
Background, he's probably a charlatan.
No.
Bunch of
I mean, you don't need to hide the fact that you're Artis Cimber.
No, I feel like he wears that pretty proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simber. Artis Simber.
I'm Shumba. Artis Shumba.
He could be my grandfather. I don't know if he discriminates. Like,
Okay.
maybe he's had some goblin. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Well, look, we have a little bit of Artis Cimber in all of us.
Probably. Oh, thanks for that mental
Probably
image.
not.
Oh.
Just remember, it was
No,
all a
did we
defense
think about
mechanism, so
that?
no one could find him with the bloodstones.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's what we determined last
Yeah,
time.
that
It was just a defense
Oh.
mechanism.
Actually, yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah,
we
because he has
discussed
kids
that.
everywhere, so no one can track him by blood.
Mhm.
Yep.
He said he knew my uncle. Oh.
Oh.
So tell us about this uncle.
He knew your uncle.
Yeah.
How well is a question we do not know. So
We should probably
travel.
we should probably travel fast enough
Yes.
to get to
Yeah.
the news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna.
If we travel fast, it will take us. As I pull out the map, trying to remember how long it took us. 2, 4, 6, 8.
5 days.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, take
5
Take us
days,
about
assuming
5
we move 2
days.
hexes a day.
5 days just to get back. Jeez.
assuming that we move at a fast pace and are able to move 2 hexes a turn. So we travel.
Okay.
And away we go.
Oh man, that's like 5 points just gone.
That's 5 days gone. But
You're
at
assuming
least
nothing
we're-
happens in between here and
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Yeah, at minimum.
That's a bold
At
claim.
minimum at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, for the very first day of travel, unfortunately, you only make 1 hex.
Alright.
The morning and the afternoon pass by uneventfully on your travels, and as you're making camp,
Okay, we're still on day 25.
yeah, still on day 25. As you're making camp, everybody, I think, except Sploof, because your passive perception is a 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
10. Okay,
Still not great.
it's still not great, but everyone else's is higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Everyone,
believe I'm the highest.
everyone else is higher than 12. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So all the rest of you spot a 10-foot tall statue overgrown with vines. It depicts a stylized Shulton king. It's a you recognize it, Bright, as a representation of Ubtao.
Okay.
The statue has grooves carved into its stomach that form a maze.
A maze.
Oh, that
A
makes
maze.
sense, because
A labyrinth.
A labyrinth.
Yes.
Because the markings on the thing were also a labyrinth.
Does anyone have any charcoal?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I actually probably do because I think I have some burnt things in my
I mean,
sack.
I'm sure you could start a fire and get some, but are you sure it's a good idea to go fidgeting around with it?
Yeah, just make a copy of it.
Touching it. I'm just gonna put paper on it.
Yeah,
and
just make a copy of it.
copy of the labyrinth.
Never know when it comes in handy.
Not a bad idea.
Just so we have a copy of the labyrinth in case we ever need it.
I probably have charcoal.
Oh yeah, you would.
I definitely
I have
charcoal,
paper, so
because
I make
I
a
have-
copy of the labyrinth with charcoal.
Labyrinth. Okay.
I'm assuming I at least see that at some point when everybody stops and starts paying attention to it.
Yes. Yes. Make me just a straight intelligence check.
Can you use bardic inspiration?
He can.
1d8.
1d8. Intelligence is a +0. It's even worse.
15.
Yeah, 15.
15. Okay.
15.
As you're sort of studying this and as you're doing your rubbing of the labyrinth on this statue, you realize that there is actually a path through it. So you can trace start to finish.
I'll work on that as when I have free time.
Okay.
Just map, like take a different color and just like map to whatever.
Okay. All right.
I'll put that down in my inventory. Labyrinth map ?
I investigate the statue. See anything else about it, maybe?
Okay. Make your check.
It's going to be a 15.
15. Okay. You're able to discern the path through the labyrinth as well. What was yours? Was a
15.
yours was a 15.
Mhm.
So you find the path through the labyrinth as well.
I forget, did somebody do history check to know what the statue is?
It's right over there.
She knows.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
would
the-
have told you.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I probably
Oh.
told some story.
Ubitao.
Ooptao.
Ubtao. Goes into the alley. Ubtao. Sorry. Alright, we make camp.
Okay.
The tower goes up.
With the sauna.
With the sauna?
Yep.
Odds or evens.
Evens?
Okay.
What did I just do to us?
You Jones.
So once you find the path through the labyrinth, you kind of trace it with your finger,
Oh no.
Oh.
I didn't do it.
and you gain the ability to cast Find the Path as an action.
Ooh, that's
Oh!
Look at that!
Once used, this ability goes away.
Okay.
I thought he like smudged it so it's all messed up now.
No, I took the paper away. That's very useful.
That is
Nice.
cool.
I feel somehow weirdly confident that I can find a path now.
What would have happened if she had chosen
Once.
odds?
Then he would have.
And I would have survived to get there.
You had to trace it with your finger. Was the trick?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And we make camp.
Bunking for the night. Woo!
Nothing happens.
Make camp. The night is quiet and serene, as serene as the jungle ever is.
So we only hear big things moving far off in the distance.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's normal.
Exactly. That's normal. All right. So the next day,
Day 26.
Alright.
Poor Sploof.
What are you at?
Because I took
Tough.
tough, I'm down to 34,
I'm at 39.
which is not awful compared to what it would be
And
if I didn't
then
take
we
tough.
persevere on at a fast pace.
Persevere on at a fast pace.
Yes.
Space.
You do just make just one hex.
Why are we so slow going back?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The day passes, nothing happens, and we continue on.
December.
So
We were faster than this without you.
This is all your fault.
Oh, you're
You are the thing that is different here.
Okay.
I obviously must attribute this to you.
So the next morning, you guys set out bright and
Day
early.
27.
Well, no, this
Oh.
is
Okay,
26.
sorry.
This is 26. So that morning, you guys set out and start your trip back through the jungle.
Hunter's Bane's going.
Okay, and remind me
Okay.
that
Advantage on survival checks to track, and advantage on intelligence checks to recall info about fae, fiends, and undead, and while tracking, can't be surprised.
okay. So Hunter's Bane is going. Make me a survival check.
At advantage?
You will have advantage, yes.
Survival. Unnatural 20.
A natural 20? Okay. Sometime about mid-morning, you're starting... You realize that there's something a bit off. The sounds of the jungle are a little bit muted in one particular direction. They're not
Okay.
absent, but they're definitely muted. And with your senses alert, you start to catch more of a stench of rotting flesh.
I informed the group quietly, and I just have my maul off to the side of my
Check it out, or do we want to avoid it?
You could just run away.
I mean, the smell of rotting flesh isn't that off-putting to me, but
Is it in our way, or is it off to the side?
The path you're on seems to be headed that direction, but it's just off to the side. So it's like you might be passing close to whatever this is.
Do we want to avoid it, or do we want to go around?
wouldn't going around avoid it?
Yes.
I think his choice was, do we avoid it or do we avoid it?
Yeah.
So in that case, I'm apparently for avoiding it.
Avoid.
Hold on.
This is how I get what I want. I give it the two
Wait,
choices.
The illusion of choice.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to word it like that, I'm going to choose avoiding it. That's
Okay.
Going around.
We avoid it.
Okay. I need everybody to make stealth checks for me. This is a group stealth effort. So looking for more wins than losses.
Oh, that's hemorrhoids, not mine.
15.
Okay.
11.
11,
4.
4. Okay. So everybody
Math,
hold-
that took too long.
Everybody hang on to those numbers because I need to make some rolls of my own.
It's the return
Okay.
of Singed Shoulder.
Cinch shoulder.
He's back.
Bum.
Pyre also got a 4.
A 4.
Oh, just so you guys know, I feel like Steven's dice are a lot like Will Wheaton's dice.
They're cursed.
They're
Didn't he
cursed.
get his dice from the was blessed by Will Wheaton?
He or cursed by Will Wheaton.
And
yes.
the whole yes, and that's why his whole dice is bad.
Well,
Is
yes.
because his
The
Will
plague-
Wheaton
the plague
dice
just
has
spread.
plagued his
Exactly.
Contaminated all the other
contaminated
dice.
his other
Okay.
dice.
So,
I think he even kept it separate, but I think maybe it's a proximity thing.
It like got onto his fingers, and then
Yeah.
he like reached
Yeah,
into his bag.
That's why you have to wear
It doesn't
special
matter,
gloves.
He's the owner, so
Yep, you own it. So
you
it
own it,
just-
so this is
Yeah.
everything.
that is what happened.
I want to know what has cursed his numeric existence because I want to avoid it.
all right. So
4.
4,
15.
15.
25.
16.
11. Empire got a 4.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think
Yep.
we've only got one.
Only
Or-
one.
2.
2.
Well, no, one. Just one beat the 17 that they rolled for perception.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be alright. I'm ready for a fight.
So let's
Well, I don't know
start.
about you, but I can go invisible.
Let's start with initiatives, shall we?
It's a fight, you guys.
Do we see what is approaching us? And are we surprised?
We'll get there shortly.
Alright, well, that's not a bad roll for me.
So let's see what my spells would be today.
Well, you should have all your spells.
Yes, I know.
Oh, that's the sheet I want.
How is everyone today?
How you doing?
All right, so we're gonna have
Great day to be alive.
that
For now.
For now.
for now.
Well, it's a great day to be alive until we're eaten by undead and
Die.
die. Thank you.
All right.
I'm right there for you.
Thank you for
Gideon.
saving.
I'm collecting
8.
over here.
8. Okay. Bright.
17.
17. Spoof.
17 as well.
17.
What's your dex?
15.
15.
What's my dex?
Yeah, it's plus.
18.
18.
Yours is one higher than mine, so you go before.
Okay.
Lieutenant Dan, Lieutenant Dan.
It's
Did I get
What,
it?
bubblegum? There was something about Lieutenant Dan, and I was like,
Lieutenant
bubblegum?
Dan.
What?
How does that have to do anything with Lieutenant Dan?
Dan from Forrest Gump?
Yeah. What does that have to do with bubblegum?
Bubblegum.
Bubba Gump.
Oh, Bubba Gump. Okay.
Sorry.
yes.
Do you want me to run Pyre on my turn as well?
Sure.
Should somebody run Nyx?
No.
I don't know what Nix's options are. Pyre has sent me what his abilities in this fight are going to be.
I'd rather not have the wrath of a pregnant woman on me. Should I accidentally kill her?
Eek.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, if Pyre dies, like, you know, we're not really down anything.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very sad if Nyx died.
Yes.
As a side note, have you copied that tower spell out of Pyre's spellbook?
By now I would have, yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Because I had already copied
I
some
love
of
how we're
those
already
first.
prepping the funeral.
Yep.
Okay.
The
Pyre.
Pyre.
Your corpse will be the
Alright.
first that I animate.
Because we're going to have...
Um,
Oh, you,
That might make it real hard to bring him back later,
yeah, yeah.
depending on what happens to his corpse after you animate.
Unless you are willing to find 10,000 gold to true resurrection him, but
All right. So,
Yeah.
from what you now see are a set of ruins near the path. You start to hear the sound of undead coming your direction,
okay.
and you see 8 zombies.
Okay.
They're all different. It looks like they're all different sorts of races and all different sorts of races and types of creatures before from their lives before. So there are dwarves among them. There are a couple of dwarves among them, a couple of humans, a couple of elves,
Okay.
a tabaxi,
And we have 8.
and there are 8 of them. Yes. And you are up first, my friend.
Okay. How far away are they?
They are coming out of the ruins about 30 feet away.
Okay.
Fireball.
I'm going
Fireball
to
is
bonus action, light up my maul,
Fireball
and then I'm
is
going to
third
go 10 feet
86.
and hold my action to attack.
Okay,
That is my turn.
that is your turn. Okay,
What is it? A C?
86.
and that will take us to either Bright or Sploof. So Bright.
Let's see.
Yeah, Dex.
I will.
Oh, we did.
150 feet.
Sorry. I will. Let's see. There's 8 of them.
There are 8 of them. Yes.
How far away are they from us?
30
Yeah,
feet.
how-
30 feet.
30 feet
Okay.
away.
I will. Let's see. I will arm my short bow and make an attack.
Okay. Sploof, you'll be up next, and then Meyer.
Will it? Will a unnatural 20 hit?
Yes.
He giggles.
You know, we laugh about that, but in a game I was playing in the other day, one of the monsters had 3/4 cover, which gave it an AC of 27.
Dude.
I remember this.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Uh-huh. I was the one trying to kill it.
Okay, so 5. Let's see. So 5 points of piercing damage.
5 points of piercing damage. Okay.
Zombie, zombie, zombie. Sorry.
Can you reanimate a zombie?
Yeah. She can.
And then I guess it would be under my control.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of cool. Remembering that for later.
And then I.
Is that under
Hide.
animate? Is that under animate death?
What's that?
And then let's see.
It just has to be a corpse or a pile of
You can
bones.
bonus action hide, dash, or disengage.
Let's see. I will. Yeah, I'll bonus action hide.
Always a good choice.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Hide, hide,
And
hide.
your bonus is what?
It's 6.
Sloof, the monkey is up.
Sploof.
So, 2 questions.
Yep.
1, since my stealth was high, do they know where I am? 2, are they, like, how many of them are in a 20-foot radius together? I was thinking the same thing.
I was
Um,
thinking the same thing too.
so,
How many of
okay.
them can I get in a 20-foot grouping?
And not your friends.
If you're trying to avoid friends in a 20-foot radius, which is what is it?
Offset.
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
You won't hit anyone.
So 40-foot diameter.
40-foot diameter. Yeah, so it's a pretty big bang.
So you have to go like past them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to aim past them, but
Oh, wait.
20 feet past the one closest to us.
20-foot cube.
oh, it's a 20-foot
20 feet.
cube.
Okay, so
Yes.
wait, what spell is it?
Erupting earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we were all thinking of a different spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still have that one on standby. But
Yeah.
this one-
Okay, so 20-foot cube, you'll manage. You can manage to get 4 of them.
4. Okay. And they don't know, like, it was a group stealth.
It was a
so
group stealth. What was your individual roll?
25.
25. Yeah, they don't see you.
Okay. So from behind my little tree, I'm going to Sproof! And a 20-foot cube of earth is going to get all craggy and do 25 damage to each one
Is
of them.
there a
Oh,
save?
dex save.
Dex save. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I like this spell. This is
Huh? Huh?
Yeah,
All right.
I almost take that one.
Fireball.
Yeah.
I love how they're doing spells that you could basically do different things. Like,
I'll just re-roll that one. And what is the DC?
15.
15. Okay. And they all fail, and they all
Of course
take
they do.
25 points of damage.
And now that is difficult terrain for any of the others to pass, or I guess for
Okay.
anyone to pass.
Have fun rolling those con saves.
oh, you know us so well.
Yeah.
Until cleared, each 5-foot square portion of the area requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand.
Okay.
So during combat, it will difficult terrain.
Nice.
All right. So
Oh man, that implies that you're gonna try and do it on petunias at some point. My petunias, and you have to spend like 1 minute to get the earth back in place.
okay. So 3 of the 4 actually drop.
Nice. Okay.
They're okay. So they're
Well done.
sort of well, except no.
This means I can read.
Well, they don't have immunity to being unconscious, so that's weird.
You can knock
Weird.
an undead unconscious.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That is kind of
You might need
fantastic.
the DM rule on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking since they are already dead and animated corpses, that con save doesn't really apply to them.
I feel like that's fair.
Does that?
Yeah.
What would you rule that as? Just like dazed?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they're undead. I'm not sure they care.
Right.
Yeah.
They wander around a little dazed anyway.
Yeah. So you do see 3 of them that seem to take it worse than the last one, but you know,
Yeah.
it's a thing. Meyer.
Alrighty. Now the other 4, how close are they together? Can I get them in like a 10-foot radius?
With a 10-foot radius, you're only going to get 2 of the other 4.
Might as well.
Yeah, might as well. Alright, con save of 13.
Okay. And they both beat it.
Oh, that's a waste.
But do they take half?
Yeah, that'd be half. Alrighty. I call upon the thunders! Shatter!
Ooh.
That's 8, 7, 15, 16, so 8 damage.
Okay. All right. What else you doing? Anything else?
And that's it.
All right. Lance.
Gideon's gonna move up shoulder to shoulder with Elias, and he's going to cast Eldritch Blast at the one that looks the most hurt.
Well, you've got your choice. 4 of them are looking pretty beat up.
Whichever one's closest.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Whichever one's second closest. I'll let the closest one get up to Elias.
You get 2 beams, right?
No, because I'm not actually a 5th level warlock.
Only a
Yeah.
third level warlock.
Yeah.
Multi-classing, man. Multi-classing.
Multi-classing.
17.
17 will hit.
If only you were purebred.
Fair point.
That'll
You
be
have no problems with
I
that.
think
5
it's
points
zero
of force
now,
damage.
Not so much.
Okay.
And then Pyre, can he get all of them in the radius of Fireball without getting the party?
Yes.
I kind of thought he could. That'll be a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
Okay.
And how many do you have to roll?
8.
8?
I'm
Wow.
gonna borrow some of yours.
Okay.
Okay, and
Here,
it's a DC of what?
15.
That's the little one.
goodness, your dice are a lot close to mine.
Fail, success, natural 20, and failure.
Yeah, I need one more.
Here, you can use
So-
big one. Here, there's a big one.
Right there. You're good.
Fail,
You want one of mine too?
fail,
Just kind of,
natural
All
20,
the way.
yes.
success.
Hopefully that means
So the natural 20 is only going to take a quarter damage.
Okay.
And fail, 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 fail.
Nice.
Ooh.
Right, so that's gonna be 11, 19, 25, 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage. Okay. Of course. Okay.
Is that all of them?
Um,
Well, it depends. I don't know. I don't think fire damage overcomes their undead constitution thing.
Hmm.
So it's possible that they're all like barely hanging on. I think only radiant damage overcomes that.
All you gotta do is
okay,
burn the muscles off.
so
Radiant damage, you say?
Indeed, I do say.
that one,
Got a freaking lightsaber over there.
that one,
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yep. Except mine's a maul.
that one,
Oh, jeez. I'm just imagining like just the ball on the chain.
that one.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
That would be amazing.
Well, technically, isn't there the there is a lightsaber in one of the magic items? It doesn't. I don't think it specifies that it has to be a blade.
Okay.
No?
So,
So technically,
if the damage reduces the zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a Constitution saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is fire
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
or
Okay,
from
fire
a
does
critical hit.
work. All right. Wait. So radiant doesn't work.
Not as written. So yeah,
Huh.
not as written.
is that just
Weird.
the zombies, or is that?
It's this particular brand of zombie.
A lot of undead have that ability though.
So 6 of the 8 fall down and burn to ash. There are 2 still standing, although they are smoking heavily. Smoking is bad for you.
Good job,
Smoking is bad for you.
No smoking allowed.
Fireballs are not good against CR levels that are low.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I missed something here. So Gideon
Yup.
and Elias,
No.
I need you guys to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Why? Wisdom. What's my wisdom? Oh. 9.
1.
Oh,
Natural one.
You are both charmed.
By what?
We'll get to that
Oh,
when
no.
it happens. Remind me on your next turn that you guys are both charmed.
I am holding my action to
It's
attack.
gone now.
Okay. To any enemy that gets within 5 feet of me, may I remind you?
Once you got charmed, that goes away.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
The zombies have gone. That
The
takes
zombies-
us.
What?
Okay, so that takes us back to. That actually takes us to the top of the round. You are being compelled to move into the ruins. You must use your full
crap.
movement to do so.
Okay.
What is your
Death tyrant.
movement speed?
30.
30? Okay. So you move into the ruins and you approach what looks to be an ordinary flowering vine.
Oh, no.
And we'll come back to that.
Piss.
And that was your turn.
I don't know what's
Yes.
happening yet.
Bad things.
Apparently.
Are any okay? So
So-
there's 3 zombies.
There are two zombies remaining, and Elias just walked headfirst into the
Ruins.
into the ruins.
Is
Hang on one
Is it obvious
second.
that Elias is acting weird, or
Would
You
know?
wouldn't know.
well, Gideon wouldn't know, but Pyre would know. I'm just wondering. So, like, does this just look normal, or like, is there clearly something off about people walking?
Actually, before we get to you, and before
Okay.
we get to that, make the wisdom save again.
19.
Okay.
Nice.
So at the end of your round, after you've taken your movement,
Okay.
you sort of snap out of it and realize where you are. So
Which
which is in the ruin.
Okay.
Okay. So you see, you do see Pyre, or not Pyre, that's somebody else. You do see Elias walk into the ruins and seem to sort of shake his head a bit.
Okay.
There are two zombies left.
There are.
And there are two zombies left. And in answer to your question, Pyre, make a nature check.
Waiting for the turn.
We can come back to that. I don't.
Yeah,
they're-
yeah,
they're-
yeah,
we'll-
it's been
we'll-
an hour,
we'll
I
come-
don't know if they're actually watching.
Yeah, we'll come back to that
Okay.
once, because he's further down in the turn order anyway.
Okay. I
So there are still two zombies up.
yes. I will.
Shoot a zombie.
Yeah, I will shoot a zombie.
Okay.
Um.
Evens or odds?
Evens.
Okay.
Let's see. 20.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that.
If I die to a plant,
Of
of all things,
Have,
I won't
would
be
I have
sad.
my sneak attack? Was I hiding enough or not? Cause I.
Yeah, you were hidey
Okay.
enough.
Okay. I think it's kill him dead. Okay, 12 points of damage.
And that one goes down. Actually, that one gets to make the save. So you did 12 points?
Yes, 12 points of damage.
So that's 17. And it rolls a actually rolls an unnatural 20, so it goes down to a single hit point.
Sploof.
Scorching ray.
And then
Hang on.
I will hide again.
And then you'll hide again? Okay. And bonus is 6. Ooh. There are times when it's real bad that I roll these things for you guys.
Yeah.
And sploof.
Scorching ray.
Okay?
I'll start off with the one that looks like it's about to croak.
Just about to croak.
Neither one of them are frogs.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I'll throw something at you.
The
Alright, so...
I'll be here all week, guys.
Trying to remember...
And the week after, and the week after, and the
Oh,
week
is
after.
Is it a
They just keep
dex
booking him.
save for that?
You
go
roll an
no,
attack
you
roll.
roll an
hit.
attack.
It's an attack.
It's an attack roll.
Or, I guess, 3 attack.
The wizard doesn't know
Yeah,
what
it's one for
spells.
each team.
Okay. So, first one, I am going to burn one of these puppies because that was a nat 1. That's a lot better. Okay, so that's an 18
That'll hit. Roll your damage.
for 8 points.
It goes down.
He did.
He dead.
And then
He dead again.
we've got...
He like dead.
Plus 5 is going to be 16.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 6 points of damage to that other guy.
He dead.
And I'm thinking about going for the other one, and
There is no other.
There is no other
well,
way.
never mind.
Send a flare up.
flare goes up.
Probably.
All
We're gonna
right,
attract all kinds of
Meyer.
gross things now.
Alright, so all the zombies are dead, right?
All the zombies are dead.
Okay, do I notice him being charmed?
Make your nature check.
Nature. Oh.
Could get lucky.
12.
No.
Okay, sorry I can't help you.
But are you gonna do anything? I mean, all the zombies are dead, so.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? All the undead are dead. It's
Yeah.
combat's over, right?
Yeah,
Combat's
combat's
over.
over.
In that case,
He's gonna stroll out in the field and get charmed.
Probably.
I'm just gonna look around and see if anybody's hurt, if anybody needs healing.
So you do see Elias, for some reason, off in the ruins,
Hey, what you doing over there?
and we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Because right now, the vine on the wall in front of you
Yeah.
reaches out and wraps around you, or attempts to wrap around you. So let's see if it can do this.
I need to burn the vine down.
Is this a grapple check?
No, it's a melee weapon attack.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Okay.
Congratulations, you've been grappled.
Yep. Well,
You don't have any inspiration.
Mm.
I haven't made any funny jokes lately.
I have some, but I can't give them to you. Because that's not the way that works. Dang it.
Do your maths. Also, if it's poison,
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
Meh.
34 points of psychic
Oh.
damage.
34
Oh
points.
my gosh.
Hold on, I need to do some math.
Oh, it's a good thing
You
that
have
was
a
a crit,
calculator
not a normal hit.
that I
Yeah.
can use?
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Right,
would-
no,
that would
but
drop
this is
me
gonna.
unconscious.
This is. I forgot. Hold on.
That would drop me off.
I'm there because of that.
Ouch.
Minus 34.
Yep.
This is a heck of a plant.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Fireball?
Do we see this?
No, I have to make a Constitution save now.
Yeah, you guys see the vine whip out from the wall and smack him.
16 to stay,
So you stay awake.
Conscious.
You stay conscious.
Okay. and it's just psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
Okay.
It sort of rocks your world for a second.
Ow. Oh.
It would be zombies, but the zombies all dead.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon, you use your movement, and now you are right.
I'm standing right next to Elias.
Oh crap.
Why
And
are you
I
over
don't
there?
run or anything. I just calmly walk over.
You just
there.
calmly walk right on up to it,
Why are you going over there?
and now you get a chance to make the save as well.
Okay.
So now I can notice it, right?
That's an 8.
You are still charmed. You've broken out of it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That'll be Pyre's
Pyre got
turn.
a natural 1 on his nature check.
So he didn't realize what's going on either.
But he saw the plant attack.
He did
right?
see the plant attack.
How far away is the plant?
30. It's actually about 40 feet.
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Yep.
Kick.
16.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
2d10.
It does not have a high AC, guys.
I was gonna say.
That's 9 points of fire damage.
Exactly.
9 points of fire damage. Okay.
And that is Pyre's turn.
A couple of leaves on one of the vines curl up and get singed.
Dang it. I could have done something.
All right. So that's Pyre's turn. Elias.
Okay.
I'm just standing next to
And,
him. Blank look on my face.
I'm trying to help you out. I just gotta see it.
I'm going to dodge
Okay.
and get my hit points back.
All right.
I roll a hit die. Oh, that's actually quite good. Get an 11 back,
All right.
and then I'm just
Ooh.
dodging. So
All right. Bright.
oh, I do yell, Help! Plant!
Help!
Help! Plant!
Surprise.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. What is the? What is the intel? Let's see.
How smart's this plan?
Yeah, how smart is it?
It's attacking me, and it's using psychic damage. Help!
I know.
It has an intelligence score of 1. It's a
Okay.
plant.
Okay. Just asking. Just asking.
Psychic damage
Okay.
to
Yeah.
you.
Help!
You got caught.
Still smart enough to hurt you.
Yep. Still smart enough to hurt you. Okay. I don't know what spells. Let's see. How close is it to me?
About 40 feet.
Okay. Alright. Actually, I.
4 lies.
Uh-oh.
Brain slug.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
This is like when I got charmed by that vampire lord.
God, that was so bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
That was so bad. Alright, I
Yeah.
guess I'll-
Panic in the party. It's like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
We almost lost it.
So
I know. I've heard the story.
is the plant isn't still? It's just on whatever the.
Yeah, it's just hanging on the wall.
Okay.
And it reached a vine out and sort of smacked Elias upside the head.
Okay.
Did it just smack him or did it grapple him?
No, it just smacked him.
Oh, okay.
Just okay. I don't know if I should heal Elias or attack the thing.
I'm about to attack it.
Okay. So
I don't know why you
okay.
need to attack anything. There's nothing wrong over here.
Don't listen to him! Everything's gone to shit!
It's fine. We're all fine. Everything's fine here.
Tentacle brain
How are
slug.
you?
How are you? Yeah, I guess, let's see,
Please choose wisely. You might be
Like, I'm
dead.
about to do a really good amount of damage, but you wouldn't know that, so.
You should come
Okay.
over and meet my new friend.
okay, I'm going to heal,
And kill it with fire!
because Elias called for help, so I'm going to cast, healing word,
Okay.
Please?
let's see, I will do that at 2nd level.
Okay.
So,
2d4 plus your modifier.
I think it's more because it's at 2nd level and not first.
I know, but first level is 1d4. So
Yeah.
if you do it at second level, it's 2d4
Okay,
plus
2d4.
2d4 plus your charisma modifier.
In his bonus action.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Seven. So 9.
Get 9 hit points back. Thank you.
I think, yeah. Yeah, that's right. 9 hit points back.
Well, good news. I might be able to survive a second attack if it hits me.
As long as it's not that 20.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Do I feel like I'm going to be able to do anything else?
Does a
I-
nature check take the place of your action?
Depends on the check, and we'll get to that.
Okay. And then I guess I'll
Giant monster.
hide again.
Okay.
Sploof.
Spoof.
Help!
So, I'm going to look over.
Unhand Elias! Scorching ray sproof!
Please
Two
use my attack rolls for nat 20s, and the other one was an 18.
So they're all going to hit.
Oh,
Yes.
jeez.
So the first nat 20 is going to do plus 11 is going to be 23 for the
23
first
damage.
ray.
Okay.
The second ray is gonna be 23 again, because I got another 6 and a 5.
Okay.
And the last one
Which
is
isn't
going
doubled.
to be, yeah, that was like the max plus the thing. And the last one is going to be 9.
Oh man, nice.
Okay.
Freakish luck on those rolls.
Is that a okay it's dead or an okay that took a lot of
That's an okay. Let me do math.
If nothing else, hopefully it'll at least freaking let you go.
It's
and
not
be
grappled.
distracted
It's not
enough
grappled.
to. Oh,
But
or
you should be able to
maybe,
move.
like,
That
it
actually, it actually,
Survived.
no, it actually disappears into a puff of flame and smoke and just sort of withers away on the wall. The effect of the charm is gone now.
Shall
Yeah.
not destroy my minions.
What happened to you?
Don't want to talk about it. Does anybody have any aspirin?
molested by a plant.
It was nasty.
That was kind of nasty. Rude.
Yeah, I was gonna do counter charm on you.
Yeah, well, that's what I was waiting for. It's like,
Yeah.
someone just needs to notice so one of the parts can counter.
Does anyone
Yeah.
have any healing?
Should we take a rest?
I'd rather you heal me and we continue on.
I agree.
Okay,
I'm slowly dying.
I put my hand on you and I'll do cure wounds.
Okay.
1d8 plus 4.
You roll the d8.
Oh,
Six.
6.
Okay. I should be fine.
Okay.
And we continue on.
You continue on for the rest of the day after your close brush with death.
So what was that?
Yeah.
That was they were yellow what is it? They're called yellow musk zombies and a yellow musk creeper. So the creeper is what turns it lures creatures
Right,
in
eventually,
and turns them into the zombies.
I'm gonna animate one of the zombies and bring it along.
Okay.
Only one?
Yeah, because I want to keep some more of my spells. So.
Okay. So you bring one of the zombies along with you. Now it cannot keep up with your rate of advance. So it's going to slow you down if you want to keep it with you.
No. We need to get where we're going, so we're gonna end up leaving Zombify Boy behind.
It's the downside of Raise Dead.
Dang it.
Or it's the downside of Animate Dead, I suppose.
Yeah.
is
Never
We
mind.
They're
continue
slow.
onward.
Wait, how
Yeah.
far?
There would be other
Like,
opportunities.
Is there a range on how far it has to be? Like, once it gets outside of the range, you lose control of it?
Pretty much.
So I'm just gonna end up
Okay,
like.
never mind. I was gonna say, because, like, you could just tell it to walk, catch up with us, and it should catch up with us through the night. Because it can just keep going, and we can't.
You know, that's true.
But you'd
Let me
have to see
double
what the
check.
range is on your spell to keep control of it.
Animate Dead for me. I don't know how that works exactly.
Animate dead. Not dead.
I can mentally command it if it's within 60 feet of me.
Then you can just tell it to.
Yeah, I can go for 24 hours.
So technically, I think I could because,
Okay.
like,
You just tell it to follow, and it catches up later.
yeah, it obeys my commands if I'm in that radius. If I give the command before I leave the radius, and it's under my control for 24 hours, it seems like that should work.
Yeah,
Pyre
uh,
says it can ride with him on his disc.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
well that works too.
That works.
Thank you,
I would
Pyre.
assume Pyre is furiously prestidigitationing.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Cleansing it and like
Cleanest
making it smell
zombie
better.
ever.
No feather
Well,
brothers.
You can't make it smell
You have to cast
that
it
much
again.
better.
Oh,
Before
prestidigitation
Yes.
can change the way it smells.
And that's
So
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We
okay.
get to the campsite.
Yeah.
A tower is erected.
Okay.
We all go to bed. Nothing happens.
As
We haven't
Next
even-
day.
that happens, sure.
Right,
Um,
right.
Bright
Yes.
and Elias,
Yes.
make me survival checks.
I hope we keep the undead outside.
So-
Does it involve any of the things that would give me advantage?
No.
I'll command him to guard the tower.
Ooh, we should put a bell
Oh,
on the
that was so
outside so if there's any
mean.
trouble, ring the bell.
10.
10? Okay.
Unnatural 20.
I don't
Unnatural
think
20.
it's that far.
Okay. So as Pyre is erecting the statue, or not the statue, but the tower for the
You see a
night,
statue?
you are just you're sort of making your rounds around the
Perimeter.
perimeter of the clearing that you guys are in, and you come across what looks like the remains of an old campsite, and within that you find a trampled tent, and just outside the tent you find the remains of a dwarf who has 6 large holes through her armor and her chest.
Dude.
Make a nature check.
I can assume something, but
Oh, that wasn't that one.
Okay.
Oh no.
Triceratops.
But I do have
Stabbing the horns.
So
Close.
Okay.
Stegosaurus tail.
Oh.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
With my knowledge of undead, how long has this dwarf been out dead?
it's not an undead.
No, I mean, how long has it? Sorry, I should have.
With his knowledge of how at the rate of decomposition of undead creatures.
Yes.
How long has it been dead?
Oh, probably a while. I mean, it's been. Looks like it's probably been here a month, 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it's pretty rotted away.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty
And we
rotted
don't
away.
necessarily
Does
worry about
does
the
he have
Stegosaurus being
anything
here.
in the camp of worthwhile?
Any weapons?
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
no.
Forceful.
Alright.
And we go to bed.
Okay,
Or we go to bed.
go to bed. First watch.
My zombie is going to stay on watch the entire night downstairs and just guard the place.
Okay.
I am going to go ahead and put a bell there if he does not abuse the privilege, then we'll let him keep it there. And I'm just going to tell him, like, if something attacks or
Okay.
looks like it could, to ring the bell and wake us, but otherwise, like, just like guard the castle or
Okay.
tower. I'm going to name him Fred.
All right. About midnight, Fred rings the bell.
Go downstairs.
Oh no! Okay, never mind, sorry.
What?
I was reading ahead in the book of our story and I saw what happens next. Go ahead.
Oh, what?
Continue.
I check on it. What's going on?
There is this weird, familiar purple glow in the trees coming towards the castle. And that's where we're going to leave off for the night.
Another specter?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Not a huge deal, obviously. We've seen what you can do against
Alright.
undead before, but we'll call it there and we'll let you guys deal with that next time. So
Another one? Just out the door.
So thank you guys for coming along with us. We'll pick this up next week, Tuesday night, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. I almost said Pacific again. I did that last. I did that on the last stream.
You could be forgiven if you'd ever lived in
Yeah,
the
which
Pacific
I never
time zone,
have.
but you haven't.
I never have. I visited, but I don't think that counts. So we'll be right back here on Tuesday night, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. If you enjoyed what you saw, do feel free to stop back in and visit with us. If you're a little bit lost, a little bit behind, and need to catch up, we do post all of the adventures onto our YouTube channel. Just search for Casual Cactus, spelled just like the channel here. Casual with a C, Cactus with a K. You should be able to find it. You'll find the entire back catalog of the Glassbreakers Guild adventures, including our starting with our very two first session zeros that we ran, introducing all of the current characters. We've had some players not be here and then be here and just sort of juggling because real life happens and we understand that. But you'll be able to track the characters from the start and follow along with our adventures in Schult. In addition, we do also have Braden's one shot that he ran for us, the Bounty Society, aka BS, which we still need to finish up. By the way,
Yes.
I haven't forgotten.
Uh-huh.
That is on there as well as the content, or will be. The content that we did this week, the extra content, will go up onto the YouTube channel as well.
They're very useful for notes.
They're very
I've
useful.
Stopped taking them.
They're very
Just
useful
rewatch
for
the
notes, very
video.
useful to remember what happened.
Uh-huh.
Kind of dig in having that video
Uh-huh.
library at my disposal, and I'm hoping that it'll be helpful for you guys as well if you want to catch up. Word of warning, most of the episodes are at least 2.5 hours up to 3 hours in length because, hey, it's D&D, but it could be worse. It could be 4 hours. That's what you have to look forward to get caught up on Critical Role. So, doing you a little bit of a favor there, but it is a bit of a time investment. Thank you so much for coming along with us. Stay tuned. We have got so much more coming up. Hopefully, we'll have some news this week about possible affiliate status.
Woo!
We'll see. And that'll bring with it a whole bunch of other fun stuff as well. Thank you
Oh.
so much for coming along.
If you like creative streams, I'm hoping as long as my my actual tech stuff allows, I should be back to streaming again tomorrow night. So hopefully I will be streaming tomorrow. If you like creative streams, so if you're feeling it, shoot me a follow and check me out. See if you like it. And
Lord
we'll
Scritch
go
the
from there.
Goodly.
Lord Scritch the Goodly.
Lord Scritch the Goodly. That's
I might be joining. So.
Lord
Yes, we might be doing a
I might
ghost
be
stream.
doing a co-stream,
Lord
so.
with an E, Scritch the Goodly. It's all one word, all jammed together. Kyrie is also a creative streamer. She goes under Griffin XX Demon. So give her a follow and a like as well. And Nova, we're trying to get him into doing his streaming,
Yeah.
and it hasn't happened yet.
One
But
of these
we'll,
days I
we'll
get
get him
back.
there,
These
right?
days.
I don't think either of these other two guys are streaming yet. So maybe they
No.
will at some point, maybe not. Who
At some
knows?
point.
But
we could. It would be fun to try. Me and you stream God of War, because I have it now. So that would
So-
be interesting to see us try that.
So do check those guys out. Give them some love. Griffin, XX Demon, and Lord Scritch the Goodly. Thank you for coming along with us. And this is your friendly neighborhood DM telling you once again that if you've got a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.